before I don't know, meet me in the middle, becoming silent, and all the other quotes, there was one more that we haven't discussed yet. This was the peak of things. She and I, at least from my perspective, were pretty close at this point, if not the closest we had been. We would run into problems and we would get over them pretty quickly. This was this was nice. This was fun. I'm still letting go of this whole thing, and I think you can tell how much someone is still attached to something based on how they refer to it. Notice how I said this whole thing instead of that whole thing, as if this is still something that's going on when it's really not. But I learned a lot from this. I learned how to set boundaries. I learned that I really have a knack for doing these types of things incorrectly. And I know some of you might think, well, that's not what you should get from this, but I think you need to be more real with me just as I've learned to be more real with myself. Some things just aren't for us. Some careers, some foods, some groups, bars. And for me, I think friendships, or at least close ones, are really not for me. At least right now, to be honest. I get scared at the thought of it. I don't like losing people, and I also seem to mess them up, mess friendships up, whether it's my fault, my choice, or whatever it may be. Now, some of my friends might get offended seeing this, but if they really know me, they'll know what I mean. Most importantly, though, I learned not to hold it in. I learned that communication is still the most important key to fixing anything. And the times we did talk it out, it got better, at least for me, and I think for them as well. Funny enough, the last time we did end up talking was, as I said before, she reached out with concern because I had been gone for some time. And my response was essentially, yeah, I was gone because of you. And what I planned for didn't exactly go as planned. I planned for us to kind of talk about what could change and if we just needed to stop being friends as a whole. And we ended up not being friends anymore as a whole. I think the only reason it still bothers me, or I guess one of the reasons it still bothers me, is because we didn't really get to discuss this. It kind of just was. This was this was a year and 7 months ago. And I saw some people saying like, yeah, what, you don't have Discord anymore? No, that's not true. I have Discord still. I still have my friends for the most part on that platform. And it's not that I don't make in real life friends. I do have real life friends that I do go out and hang with, but most of my friends have been online just due to COVID, and that was the height of where I was on technology and meeting new people. And I guess kind of as an aftermath, although I have another part in addition to this one, I I find it hard to accept that it's okay for me to be friends with these people still. Like, looking at it, right? We had a somewhat large group of friends that would talk. And then once this happened between her and I, she just stopped talking like in that group in general. Now, I don't know, she could still talk to them. I don't really care, but from what I saw, it just seemed like she was gone entirely. And it feels like damn, AJ, this is your fault. And it is. It's not wrong of me to say it's my fault. Um I guess what I just can't do is dwell on that thought. But it is my fault that, she stopped talking there anymore. And there's not really anything I can do to fix that now. It's kind of just is what it is. Regardless of that, moral of the story: speak your mind, great one. Speak it. What's worth more, your feelings for someone or your peace? Don't hold it in. Fuck that. Speak your peace or your peace.